All right, we are moving on to our next math lesson, which is continuing learning about graphing. So last week, we learned what a graph was. Let's remind ourselves what it is. A graph is a visual representation or diagram that shows data. And there's 4 steps that we have to complete in order for us to construct and analyze and make a graph. The first one is we need to pose a question, which just means come up with a question. So last week our question was, what was the favorite flavor of ice cream in my household? It could have been chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, or something else altogether. And we used our tally marks, so then collected the data by asking our family members. We collect the data. We used our tally marks to help us sort and organize our data. And the next step is to actually make our graph. Step number 3 is make a graph. Once we've made our graph, we can analyze the data. So the graph type that we're going to make today, so there's multiple different types of graphs, is a pictograph or a picture graph. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It uses pictures to represent whatever it is that we are collecting. For example, let's go back to our ice cream example. If we were to make a picture of pictograph of our ice cream data, we would draw, let's pretend I had 5 people who liked chocolate ice cream. I would draw 5 chocolate ice cream cones. Then maybe I would draw 3 vanilla ice cream cones. If I had 3 people who liked vanilla, I would draw 1 strawberry ice cream cone if I only had 1 person who liked strawberry. So you draw with pictures. So I have an example to show you, and then we're going to do our own. All right? Let me just get the projector going so I can show you a pictograph. So we've got to turn it on, which always takes a little bit of time. As you guys can see, this week I'm back in the classroom. It's kind of nice to have the classroom around me and be able to use the tools like the projector. So let's just give it a minute, pull down the screen. And it should come up for us here. So our assignment today is going to be to make a pictograph in our math journals of our ice cream data. So of the data that we collected last week using our ice creams. But let's go over this pictograph to see what ours needs to have, all right? So here is a pictograph. Hopefully you can all see it all right. It will get brighter as the machine warms up. So this was a survey done in a class where they wanted to survey the fruit that was eaten by that class, by those students. So down the side, we need to write the fruit that they were doing. So mangoes, apples, bananas, and oranges were the fruit that they were seeing how many people ate what fruit of. And then they put in their data by drawing the picture of that fruit. So rather than using our tally marks, we're going to turn our tally marks into pictures to help us represent our data that we collected, our information we collected. So for mangoes, they had 3 people who ate mangoes. So they drew 1, 2, 3 mangoes. For apples, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they drew 10 apples in the apple column. Then there was 8 bananas, so they drew 8 bananas. And there was 5 oranges, so they drew 5 oranges. So our job today is going to be drawing this in our math journals using the data we collected from our ice cream. So I'm going to do an example on the board and show you what that looks like. Let me just turn this off for us so I can use my board again. I'll get rid of some of this information. All right. So last week we did our tally marks. So we had chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, and other. So, what you're going to do is, let's pretend I asked my family, I had 5 chocolate, 2 vanilla, 1 strawberry, and 3 other. You're now going to make your pictograph. So, very similar, you need to write out the names. So you need to write out chocolate, ice cream, vanilla. This is all happening in your math journal, so make sure you get your math journal out. Vanilla, strawberry, and other. And then what you would do, and it's best for this because it's based on color, I would say, to actually draw the pictures with the appropriate color. So for chocolate ice cream, I will use my brown, and I will draw, I had 5 people in my family who liked chocolate. I would draw, oh, the brown doesn't work very well. I'll have to pick a different color for chocolate. Let's do blue. There's 1 ice cream cone, 2. So let's just pretend that this blue color is our brown representation. Sorry about that. My markers are dying. So I had 5 tallies, so I drew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chocolate ice cream cones. I have 2 vanilla, so I will draw 2 ice cream cones for vanilla. I'm going to use red. For strawberry, I had 1. I'm going to use pink. And for other, I had 3. 1, 2, 3, and I'll use my green. 1, 2, 3. Then we have a visual representation using pictures to make our graph of how many people liked chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, and other types of ice cream. So use your data, make your own pictograph or picture graph of your ice cream data from last week, which should also be in your math journal. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.